What a WWE Monday Night Raw that was last night, guys. And today, this is going to be my WWE Monday Night Raw review from last night's show. So here we go. We kicked off Raw with all the four women's on the ladder from Raw, and all the four men's on top of the ladder for their ladder match for Money in the Bank. And then, of course, out comes the general manager, Kurt Angle. Then he says, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw, and this Sunday is Money in the Bank." Then, of course, out comes Baron Corbin, who's gonna be harassing Kurt Angle and stuff like that, and everything else. Then, of course, Baron Corbin says to Kurt Angle that you both brands better win 2 Money in the Bank briefcases, otherwise, Steven McMahon says something to him and everything else. And then, of course, all the competitors start arguing stuff like that at each other and everything else. Natalya, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and Alexa Bliss started to argue. Everybody were. So was Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, and also Finn Balor. They're all arguing and stuff. Who's ever going to win the Money in the Bank and everything else to cash in on Brock Lesnar. Also on the Raw Women's Champion, Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey and stuff like that, and everything else they were saying. And then that was about it when they were all arguing. And then what a way to kick off the Monday Night Raw. And here we go with match number 1 of the night. It is Natalya versus Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon. And it is a fatal four-way match. This match was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Natalya made Alexa Bliss tap out to the sharpshooter. Well, what a match it was. Next we have match number 2 of the night. And it is Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Breeze Dongle. That is right. Breeze Dongle. So this match is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Dolph Ziggler does a zigzag finisher with Drew McIntyre on Fandango for the 1, 2, 3. And that was it for Fandango. And then right after the match, they start talking on the microphone and say they're letting the locker room on notice that they are the show and everything else, and that they are undefeated and everything else. And that was about it. Next we have is match number 3 of the night. Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. But before it started, it all changed up. So here we go. First, Jinder Mahal comes out, and then of course he starts talking on the microphone about Roman Reigns, that he's gonna beat him this Sunday and everything else. And then of course, then Roman Reigns will interrupt Jinder Mahal while he talks to the next. Jinder Mahal will say, "You're gonna face the great Samiro Sid." And then here we go with this match. First, Roman Reigns knocks off Jinder Mahal on top of the apron, and then right after that, Roman Reigns does like a spear for the pin on Samiro Sin for the 1, 2, 3. And that was it for Samiro Sin. Then right after the match, Jinder Mahal will start to do the Colossus to Roman Reigns. And then that was it for that part. Match number 3. And it was Roman Reigns and Samiro Sin. Next we have is match number 4 of the night. And it is the B Team versus Heath Slater and Rhino. That is right. This match is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. The B Team does their finisher on Heath Slater, and he got pinned. 1, 2, 3, and that was it for Heath Slater. And then right after the match, Mocha, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt be on the Titantron clapping and going like this and everything else and talking to them. Then they say, "We're here." Then of course they'll go on top of the stage and start to talk to each other and everything else to the B Team, that they're gonna beat them this Sunday and everything else. And they do like weird stuff on top of the stage, like saying that wonderful, we are gonna win and everything else. Matt Hardy says like they always do, and that was about it. Next we have is hello, my name is Elias. Who wants to walk with Elias? So then Elias sings again about Seth Rollins and stuff like that and everything else. Then of course, right after that, Elias says that he has something, and it was from John Mayer, a custom guitar and everything else. That he says he's gonna win the Intercontinental belt this Sunday, and also have this brand new guitar with him and everything else next Monday. He was saying, and then of course, also right after that, next he was about to sing again, but then right after that, he gets interrupted by Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins comes out, and then he starts to talk on the microphone and try to chase out Elias. And of course, here was Seth Rollins said, "I'm gonna beat you this Sunday to Elias and everything else." Then of course, he tells the fan, what do you want me to do to this custom guitar?" Then Elias tried to stop him, but then of course all the fans were starting to say, "Burn it down, burn it down." And of course Seth Rollins would do the curve stomp to the custom guitar that John Mayer gave him. And that was it for that part of that segment, guys. Next we have is match number 5 of the night, and it is Bayley versus Ruby Riott. That is right. So Bayley got distracted uh, and stuff like that by the Riott Squad. Then of course Ruby Riott do her finisher on Bayley for the 1, 2, 3, and then right after the match, Bayley will get Richardson on with an R on her belly. Then that was it for that part, guys. Next we have is another segment. It is Jonathan Coachman in the ring, and then also he calls out Nia Jax, the Raw Women's Champion, to come out. Then he calls out Ronda Rousey to come out. Then of course he asks Nia Jax some questions and everything else about if she's gonna beat Ronda Rousey at WWE Money in the Bank this Sunday. Then she says that I'm gonna beat her, and that I'm not like Stephanie McMahon and everything else. She kept saying to her the next. John, the coachman, started asking Ronda Rousey questions, everything else, and of course, right after that, Nia Jax will do a headbutt like this to Ronda Rousey, and the next, Ronda Rousey start to put the armbar into Nia Jax, and Nia Jax will like tap out, and the bell will ring, and then that was part of that segment, guys. So now we have is match number 6 of the night. It is No Way Jose, No Way Jose, and this was pretty good before it started. First, No Way Jose comes out first, and then of course the referee started count for Kurt Hawkins while his entrance music was playing, but then he didn't come out. But then of course he was trying to get a quick pinfall from the conga line, dressed up as a conga line. So then he did like a quick pinfall. Kurt Hawkins did, and then right after that, then No Way Jose does his finisher on Kurt Hawkins for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it for Kurt Hawkins. Next we have is Sami Zayn. He was and Renee Young on top of the stage, so that is right. So then Sami Zayn says to Renee Young that he is challenging Bobby Lashley to an obstacle course right now. Then of course he told Renee Young to step aside. Then of course then Renee Young steps aside. Then Sami Zayn starts to like say that show all the fans what they're gonna be doing and everything else all around the thing and everything else. And then of course right after this, Bobby Lashley will come out. Then next he starts to do the obstacle course challenge. And then of course he'll get a beat down from Sami Zayn and everything else. And then that was part of that part, guys. Next we have is our main event of the night. It is Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens and Bobby Roode in a fatal 4-way. This match was epic. I really enjoyed it. They were on top of the stage during the match. They used the ladder on top of the stage. Kevin Owens run away from Braun Strowman, then Braun Strowman grabbed Kevin Owens from the back, and then also the Kevin Owens puts Braun Strowman on top of the announcer's table, and then of course Kevin Owens does a frog splash on top of the announcer's table. Then all of them go back into the ring. All the four men go back in the ring. Then of course, right after this, Kevin Owens grabs a small ladder. Then Braun Strowman would do the running power slam onto the small ladder onto Kevin Owens for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it for Kevin Owens. And then right after that, Braun Strowman would just celebrate in the ring. And what a WWE Monday Night Raw it was last night, guys. So, guys, once again, hope you all enjoyed my day Monday Night Raw review from last night's show. So, guys, once again, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Peace out, guys. See ya.